Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at this Milwaukee job site organizer. In the past I've used a bag or a bucket to put hardware in, and that works okay if you don't have a lot, but I've been doing a lot more handyman work lately, and so I've been accumulating a lot of screws, a lot of bolts, a lot of everything. And the issue with just throwing it in a bag is that a lot of times they'll break or you can't find it, or once the bag starts to fill up, you're not exactly sure what's on the bottom of it, and you don't want to dump it out in someone's living room to try to find the correct screw that you need. And it actually ends up costing you a lot more money in the long run because you have to, if you need something today and you need it right now and it has to be correct, then you have to go buy a new one, which is the worst feeling in the world. Now, this project to me was pretty overwhelming at first because I had probably about 5, 6, 7, 8 bags worth of stuff, and I've been trying to get my whole shop organized. If you've watched the past couple videos, I'm really trying to be better, okay? I'm doing my best. This one I really was not looking forward to. I'd much rather be building a workbench than, it's pretty tedious. I'm not gonna lie to you, but once you start, you want to keep going. It's a weird thing. So I took out all the individual bins and I just placed them on the table and I started filling them up, and it got a lot easier. So the further I went along, the easier it got, and it started to, I don't know, I guess I started gaining momentum, which it felt really good. So I guess what I'm saying is, if you're messy, don't be scared to organize, because it's hard at first and then it gets easier and easier. All right, I got most everything put into its appropriate bin. The exception being electrical. This is all electrical stuff. I may have to get some more storage for that. I only have five of these guys left, and I have car electrical, and then I have this one's much smaller, but this one is full of all household electrical stuff. So, extra light switches, covers, voltage tester. This is a GFCI tester. And just my little bucket of electrical stuff. That might be fine. I've separated all the tapes. I put that into its own pile. And then I have like silicone and spray paint, and I have to go through it more. I started a flashlight bin. So this is my flashlight bin. I may end up putting batteries in there as well. And then this one's hilarious. This is my zip tie bin. I need a whole bin for zip ties. Yeah. Also just little bits of tubing like this. I don't really want to throw these away because these can be, if you need it, there's nothing that can replace this. Just a little piece of tubing. But this isn't going to get its own bin. This isn't going to get anything like that. I'll also throw in like this little piece of pipe. Million uses for it, but there's not going to be this might just be my zip tie and miscellaneous bin. We'll go over the bins later. As far as this stuff goes, again, a lot of no-brainers. These are Tapcon, these are masonry screws, fasteners, and I also put the associated drill bits in it. So that, no-brainer. Washers, no-brainer. Tico nails, no-brainer. And then stuff like this. Like, do I really need a whole bin for just a little handful of staples? I don't know. This is another very clear no-brainer. These are all... This is great. So is this unopened? No, this is not unopened, but I had to buy this pack because I didn't know where all of these were. So I could have saved the, I don't know, $5 or $10 for this pack of 100 self-tappers if I would have just had this bin. So hopefully it'll end up saving me money. I think it will. Anyway, so this is multiple containers worth of bins. So what I'm gonna do is try to get like items and put them all in the same bin. So like maybe screws and nails all go in one bin. This is full of like a 5-minute epoxy. This is just like little tubes. Dielectric grease, stuff like that. This is some RTV, Loctite. That all just kind of went into here because it's a nice place for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put all the like ones in bins and try to make some sort of further organization than just this. Because it'd be great if, let's say I was going on a job, I'd be able to just grab one bin and it'd be ready to go, ready for me. So let's do that right now. So here we go. The first one should be pretty easy. I think I'm just gonna go super basic and do screws. So all the screws. I'm gonna also put boxes that are super heavy. Like this one is filled quite a bit. And this one is significantly more heavy than this one. I think I'll go to try and put the heavier bins on the inside. That might make it a little bit more stable. So this one's also pretty heavy. Okay, where else are screws? Or some specialty things. Just so it's easier. You know what? The great thing about getting multiple of these kits is that I can mix and match. What do I have on this last one? I didn't think I was gonna be able to do it, but again, I have all this electrical stuff and I assumed, you know, there'd be no way. I might have to go really basic with it. Fuses in one box, butt connectors in another box, stuff like that. So we will see. It might end up working out, I'm not sure. All right, time lapse. All right, I had enough room to squeeze it all in. So this is now the electrical box, wire nuts, coiled wire, tools, so soldering gun. This is solder is also in there. There's 2 soldering guns. There's some alligator clips. There's this guy. And this we have heat shrink. We have switches, both. This is cool. This is like a start switch. It's just a boom. Switches. This is an inline fuse. That'll go with the fuses. Switches, both 12 volts and household 110. So many butt connectors. Butt connectors, fuses. These are terminal leads as well as, they're also like male, female stuff. Like I forget the exact name of these guys, but this is the female. There's males in there as well. These, I know no one's ever supposed to use these because they're terrible, the guillotine style connectors. But man, if you have to put 2 wires together up underneath a bumper, one-handed in the dark while it's raining, that's the guy for you. These are isolators. So if you're, for example, you need to bring power from your battery into the cabin, you would use one of these. Probably use a much smaller one. So what you would do is you would drill a hole and then you'd be able to feed your wire through this. So you drill a hole in the firewall, put that in there, then you can feed your wire through, and it just insulates it. It prevents it from chafing. It's a pretty handy little thing to have. Whole bunch of sizes. So anyway, you know what? I might actually take out, I think I will. I'm gonna take this out because over here, this is all the overflow. So this is things like my battery charger are in here. Here's a 12 volt thing. Outlet covers are in here. There's also a lot of spare wire and sheathing in there. So I am gonna, I'm gonna put this wire in there. That'll be good. And then an extra, nothing's wrong with an extra. Maybe a little electrical tape, huh? That is the end of this box. That's a good looking box, isn't it? The old fashioned ones where you had the drawer that you pulled out, it was
you know, this would stand vertically and then these would all tip out. Those are cool. I think they're outdated though. I think this is a much better solution. Mainly because you can see it and you can stack it and you can add on to it. So these will all click together, and then also it's interchangeable. So if I decide I want to reorganize this, or well, you know, whatever I want to do, I can take this bin, I can put it in a different one. I can take a big wide one and put it in a different one. If I, for whatever reason, started doing stuff where I needed a whole bunch of big, huge, long bolts, I could put them in there. Also, if I needed something really long, I could take these out. Like, let's say I wanted to store zip ties in here. I wanted this to be my exclusive zip tie drawer. Well, I can do that. I can just take this out. This separation right here, it's really nice. And this little this divider right here, it doesn't come out. I can't guarantee, or I wouldn't put anything small just loose in the box because it'll probably bounce out. But for something like this, if that's what you're in need of, then that will work out just fine. Anyway, I think the boxes are really great. I'm very pleased with it. It's nice. It feels, looking at this versus looking at what I had, just, I'm telling you, most of, like all of these, I had 3 or 4 packs of these just loose, not in their boxes. The boxes broke and they were loose. Luckily, luckily these were all still in their boxes. All these little tiny nails. But overall, I'm very pleased with this. It's a great system. I'm looking forward to it. All right, thanks for watching. Goodbye.